I have a bone to pick with the men. Why are we not asking women out on dates anymore? Why do I shoot my shot more than any of these guys? Do you know how good of a chance you would have walking up to a girl, telling her she's beautiful, asking her if she's single, asking her out on a date? Why do I feel like I have bigger balls than half these men? Like, I shoot my shot with no problem. If you don't like me, you don't like me. Shoot your shot, man. Shoot your shot. When did we stop doing this and why?
What's the best way to meet a woman in 2026?
So there's four main ways that guys use, right? Usually it's dating apps. Dating apps are not really that great for most men because most men don't get good matches unless they have a good profile. If you have a good profile, dating apps are still a good option. The other one is through social media, which is becoming more popular. But again, you have to have a good profile to get anything from that. And then there's cold approach as well, too, which a lot less guys are doing, but there's more opportunities. More women want guys to approach them. However, you got to know how to approach and walk up and talk, and you will experience some rejection. In my opinion, the best way to meet women in 2026 is through friends and through activities that you do where you can see each other repeatedly. Meeting women through your social circle and through friends, you never get a better introduction than that. She already is probably going to trust you. She already thinks that you guys are relatively at the same level, and it's going to be a lot easier to move forward in that scenario.
Why does society push traditional marriage while ignoring the actual Christian tradition of dowry?
I'm not sure. I think we, as a society, have just are, again, trying to change from the transactional idea of marriage to more about love.
And how is that working out?
I don't know. I'm not married. Don't ask me. You could ask someone else who's married.
Why are modern men told they shouldn't care about a woman's money when men have been taking dowries for centuries?
Because now you have the opportunity, everybody has the opportunity to be able to make money, not based off of family status.
If kings and emperors took dowries, why are modern men called not real men for wanting financial partnership?
I think because the Lord also in the Bible calls men to provide for their family. If you want kids as a man after your wife gives up her body and everything, I think that you should be willing to pay for anything.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video. If single men aren't showing up to your events, if not even the desperate guys are showing up to your events, then maybe it's time to start asking questions about why men don't want to be around modern women. What are we doing that's making a man not want to be around us?
Y'all ask women all the time, why you ain't married? But people don't ask men that.
They don't.
They don't ask men that, because they like to make women feel like they're not on the level of getting married, anybody wanting to be with them. When a girl is dating a guy for 6 years, the family is asking her, why he ain't married you yet? But nobody's asking that boy, hey, why you ain't married her yet? What's your problem? Why the men in the family haven't come to him and say, hey, man, what's your issue? You gonna marry her or not? Or you gonna make her a whore for 6, 7, 8 years? Where the daddies at? Where the big brothers at? That step up to these men and say, you done had a kid with her? Y'all live together? Why won't you marry my sister, my cousin? What is up with you, man? So you just gonna hoe around on her like that? You gonna sleep with her but not actually make it official? You're not gonna actually cover her for real? You gonna fake cover her? Because these men are not covering anybody. That's a responsible grown man.
But women don't like to lose to men, especially when it comes to dating, right? Women don't accept men for who they are and what they are, right? And I talked about this before. Women have control issues. Women don't like rejection. It triggers the ego. Women don't like losing to men. And losing to men could send a woman on this chase, right? She don't know how to let it go. Lose to men, right? Sometimes in order to win, you have to lose. Online saying that don't date a man for love, date a man for money. I don't think you should date a man at all. But that's patriarchy, right? You can do things, but you need to have an awareness of what it is, right? You need to have the awareness of what it is and what it is that you're doing, what it is that you are partaking in and participating in, right? you got to do this with a man. You got to do this, like this game with men, right? Because they want to be in the winning position, right? They don't want to lose to men, right? You got to treat a man this way. You can't do this with me. You can't do that with me. You can't do this. You can't tell men this. You can't tell men that. Women have control issues, right? They don't know how to accept things. They don't know how to accept rejection. They don't know how to deal with rejection. I always say I teach women how to lose. I teach women how to be losers. I teach women how to handle losing, how to handle rejection. You're going to continue down this chase. You're going to continue down this dark path.
Man, even if we talk about, even if we move money to the side, because a lot of times money is a huge thing. Resources are a huge thing. What if I just say, man, there's time that I've invested into this relationship that I'm not going to get back? Men are checking out based on that fact. We don't even reach the money. I'm looking and I'm saying, man, this woman's probably not going to be worth my time. Unfortunately.
I love being in my feminine, and I have found people where I can be in my feminine. I do think in the past, probably pushed some people away by being too masculine and emasculating them in that way. When I would freak out or have that moment, they're like, whoa, not getting involved, not gonna, she just needs to figure it out. But if I had someone who was able to help regulate my nervous system, I'd be like, great, you drive. And now as I'm dating, those are the only people I'm allowing access to me. Another ick of mine now is a feminine guy, like someone who, I sit there and I go on a date and I'm like, you order, you just handle it, you drive. I don't, and by drive, I mean handle the date. I won't help with picking a restaurant. I won't do any of that. And it's kind of a test because I'm like, I want to see if I can relinquish my control because I want to, because I'm so exhausted. I do it all the time. It's finding a balance. I know that I can do it. I know that I can problem solve, but not having to always have to do that.
For a lot of these men, they go on these dates and they realize that this date is actually kind of sort of a photo shoot. He's the content. And once he realizes that, then the date is pretty much done. Y'all are using these men as a way to increase your followers. And the man realizes, oh, you don't really like me. You're just going to put me as content. And there's not really even any spark or connection. And that's when men start to say, oh, you're only using me for a foodie call. You're using me for content.
I've been seeing this trend go around on social media of literal married women and mothers going to concerts of male artists, recording those male artists, and then captioning the reel, I'm married and still shaved my legs for this just in case. I'm a mother and still wore a matching lingerie set just in case. And then if you hit the comments, all the women are agreeing with them. And I just have to say, to all those women posting that and the women commenting, your husband should leave you. That is the most disrespectful form of public humiliation to your husband.
These lies we're told is that there is a shortage of good men, but that's false. The truth is that there's a shortage of secure behavior. And the best men who are out there are actually also single, many of them, because they don't believe women want relationships anymore. There's a shortage of secure behavior in both men and women, not just a shortage of good men or even a shortage of good women. There's an overwhelming influx of men who are desperate for relationships, marriage, family, kids. Men today, many of them are starving for that kind of a connection. I work with many of them. I'm constantly talking to men who are craving that. Now, secure men specifically, yes, there's a shortage of fully 100% raised secure men. But of the good, loving men who want to build relationships, most of them are terrified to even say they want them. It's a strange statistic that most women don't fully believe at first. But the vast majority of men who come through my coaching, who are in my comment sections, or that work with other coaches that I talk to and that I know, most men in the system today truly believe women don't like relationships.
The men are starting to see, and this is why they're opting out. This is why a lot of men are going their own way. They're starting to see when you go into a lot of these spaces, whether it's a curated space for dating or an event, or a space where you just meet them out in public, out in the wild, quote unquote, it's not really something that's a safe space for men. One wrong word, even if I was nervous, men don't really have a safety net. right? Even if I was nervous, I come out there and say something. Then I'm like, oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. These modern women are crucifying them on the spot.
Just know what you're up against when you deal with a lot of these modern women.
I told people before, they're like, oh, you hate all men. I'm like, I've never said that, but if the shoe fits, wear it. I don't give a But also, like, yeah, don't you? Haven't you ever spent time with one? They're f***ing awful. Like, have you ever seen a group of guys out, like all straight dudes, and they're all laughing? Have you ever been like, God, I wonder what they're laughing at? No. When they're laughing, I'm going, what the f*** are they doing? Something bad, probably.
I'm like, they probably just hit a woman.
They're probably high-fiving over a slur.
I wonder if you said, every time I see a bunch of women laughing, I think they're up to no good. They're either cheating, they're on their phone doing something scandalous, they're disrespecting men, they're trying to figure out how to take advantage of men. How do you think that Drew Afwalo and her friends would receive that information? You would be labeled a misogynist, you would be labeled a sexist, all the labels would come out.
How long do you date before you get married? If you're dating for marriage, which is the only excuse for dating, you should be able to decide yes or no, do I marry this person or not, after 3 months, maybe less. Marrying someone is such a specific, such a real, defined decision that it shouldn't be hard to decide, is this person going to be my wife? It should be pretty clear after a few hours of conversation. You want to make sure? Okay, so have another few hours of conversation. It's not difficult, unless you have no idea what marriage is, and that's why you're having a hard time deciding whether you want to marry this person, because marriage is a mystery to you. So the best model to use are your parents. Do you want with this woman or with this man what your parents have with each other? I don't want anything my parents have with each other. Then there's the problem. You don't know what you're looking for because you're working without a model. So find a couple whose marriage really appeals to you and say, that's what I want. And you will know very quickly whether the person you're dating is that kind of person. So beyond 3 months, never. If you haven't decided by 3 months, then the answer is no. I can't see marrying you. Why prolong it? You're going to go for 3 years before you say no? Don't do that.
A lot of times these modern women got away with the man planning all of this stuff. The flowers, I'll get you flowers. Oh, well, I really don't want to ride with you. I don't really know you. Well, I don't know you, so why would I be buying you flowers? Oh, well, it's different because you need to impress me. Okay, well, then how is it different if we both meet on a level playing field? I don't buy you anything, you don't buy me anything. There's not really any expectation but to come up here and get to know each other. It's a nice gesture if I were to buy you flowers, but it's not something that should be expected because once again, we don't really know each other. We're just feeling each other out. If I like you and we have another date, hey, I was thinking about you. Oh man, I appreciate that. But too many times, modern women are expecting, they feel entitled to this type of behavior. Well, my friends do it. Oh, this person did and that person did it. Actually, what you're not saying is that person might have not started off doing that. Your friend might have not started off doing that for you. And over time, as they got to know you, they started thinking about you more and more. A relationship is kind of similar.
If your ex moved on immediately after your divorce, this is why. There's a pattern that psychologists call monkey branching. And it's basically when someone lines up their next relationship before they even leave the current one. Just like a monkey swinging from one branch to the next, they don't let go of one relationship until they grab hold of another. And this is extremely common with narcissists because narcissists don't see relationships the way healthy, normal people do. They're not looking for connection. They're looking for a supply. Attention, admiration, validation. And that is why so many women are left feeling blindsided when their ex suddenly has a new girlfriend right away and somebody's moving in and they're introducing somebody to the kids. So you might have thoughts like, did he ever even love me? Was this relationship real? Did this relationship mean anything? How can I be discarded so quickly? You cannot make their behavior mean something about you or your worth. Narcissists don't move on quickly because the new person is better. They have to move on fast because they can't tolerate being alone long enough to face their own. They may act like this new relationship is the best and it's the love of their life and it's their soulmate. Don't let that fool you. The same patterns are going to play out for your ex until the day that they die.
Don't let the internet trick y'all into believing that it's cool to be outside. Because being outside draining for real. It's only so much turning up you going to be able to do. Talking to different people is draining. You on the phone with one. Now you tired, you just want to go to sleep. Another one calling your phone. You don't got the energy to get to this person because you just got off the phone. So now they in their feelings. That's draining, man. I can't wait till I just get that one and we locked in on each other. Now we just doing ball. If I'm outside, we outside together. It's over with. I'm not saying go for anything because I did leave my marriage. But if you in a relationship already, let this be your sign. If it's not something that's going to hurt you physically or mentally, find a new way to fall in love with your partner. You're not always going to be googly in love with somebody. Find new ways to fall back in love because it ain't shit out here for real.
Because that right there is the grass is always greener mentality. And this is what women in their 20s fall victim to over and over and over. Constantly thinking that you can just trade up and find a better guy than you had before. But the thing is, man, those options dwindle throughout time. Not only do they dwindle, they fall off a cliff after you hit around 30. Say hypothetically she had 1,000 options when she was in her early 20s. Now when she's in her 30s, there's maybe 50 guys. She's not able to select from that same high value pool that she was before. And dude, you can just see it in her eyes on this one. You can see all of the experiences. Just look at that, dude.
You know, a lot of modern women want a man to take the lead. They want a man to be chivalrous. They want a traditional man. But they don't want a man to call them out. They don't want a man to say, hey, you need to stop doing that. Hey, that's not right. They don't want to be corrected. They want to go off and do whatever they want to do, wherever they want to wear, act how they want to act, listen to what they want to listen to, go where they want to go. And a man says, I don't know if that's the right thing to do. You try to be controlling. I'm saying as your friend. Oh, no, I'm saying even before, because we're supposed to be friends first. I'm saying as your friend, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. See, modern women don't take men seriously. They got this weird thing in their head to where just because you're their husband, that means you like Prince Charming and something like that. And if you Prince Charming, then Prince Charming don't say nothing. Just shut up and kiss me. Like that's it. Now you ruining the Prince Charming stuff. Bring me flowers, slip on my glass slipper, and kiss me and make my life a fairy tale. But Prince Charming and say, okay, you know, I love being Prince Charming, but I still got a kingdom that I gotta rule. I still got business as a prince. You understand that, right? I just get to frolic in the fields. I'm over in this division because I need a wife. I need a wife so I can one day hopefully take my daddy's spot. So I can be king one day. And guess what? If you're going to be the king, if you're going to be the queen, there's a certain way that you need to act. Oh no. And that's where modern women get it wrong. All of a sudden, I got to act like I got some sense. All of a sudden, I got to act like, oh shoot, I got to be something. I got to do something. I got to act like dang, I guess I can't live up to the standard.
You will never meet a straight woman who tells you that she hates men. Be her friend. She will be your ride or die for your entire life. She will advocate for you. She will go to war with you. And you will never have to worry about her being disloyal.
Nope, because those types of women tend to make hating men their entire personality. And if she's capable of hating an entire gender because one man hurt her, I mean, what will she hate me for at some point? Because I was tired one day? Like, also that tells me that she holds major grudges. Because one man did something and now she's punishing all of them for that one thing. I've also noticed these types of women tend to not be in relationships because of their attitude. So when they do find a man they like, even if it's your man, they will make a move on him. Because they hate all men until it's a man they actually want. And then they get hyper competitive. No, find yourself some friends that value integrity, that see relationships with people as valuable, and then she'll probably be there for you. Someone who actually works through what they've been through rather than being bitter.
And the thing about divorce, it really, and honestly, truly in any situation, it's going to be, in a lot of situations, it's going to be rough. Now you're taking, even with two people coming to the table and wanting it to be an amicable split, you're taking that and magnifying it times like 1,000 with modern women. They don't want the split to be amicable. They want the split to be you suffering, you going through it, you having a terrible time, you struggling all for the rest of your life. That's what they're looking for. They want a man to be so down low, to struggle, to have a terrible time. That's what modern women are looking for when they say commitment. You struggle because you're the man. You have a terrible time because you're the man. It's you. Now see, that's what Kevin Samuels was saying. Y'all looking for a man to just hop up and run downstairs when something goes bump in the night. You do it. You're the man. But when the man comes back and says, thank God there was nothing down there, I'm going back to bed. You got to feed this baby. Well, I was downstairs making sure that the house was secure. You can feed the baby. Oh, well, you a deadbeat dad. I'm a single mother. You see how that works? All of a sudden now I'm not contributing. All of a sudden now I'm trash. All of a sudden now I'm not a good man. Because I did my job. Well, there wasn't nothing down there. There wasn't nothing down there right now. Let's say for the sake of argument, there was something down there. Now I got to fight off every criminal, whoever it is, whatever tools I use, I got to fight them off. And then you want me to come upstairs. Okay, now feed the baby, change the baby's diaper. I'm going back. I'm going to bed. I'm going back to sleep. They want you to do all the work. You take care of the kids. You make sure the house is clean. You make sure the dinner's cooked. You make sure the kids, their homework is done. Make sure their doctors, all that stuff. And do it the way that I tell you to do it. I'm your manager now. Look at me. I'm the captain now. That's what they're looking for. I'm looking to do nothing. I'm not even going to be a good captain. I just said I'm the captain. That's how modern women are.
The reason why most of you women are single is because you curved a good man that was willing to take you seriously for a guy that treated you like a. The second reason why most of you women are single, because you curved a good man that was willing to marry you for a guy that made you a single mother. The third reason why most of you women are single is because you're selfish. You only think about yourself. You don't think about compromise. You don't think about teamwork makes the dream work. The fourth reason why most of you women are single, because you're mentally immature. You got the blind out here leading the blind. The fifth reason why most of you women are single, because you know 5,000 ways to catch a man cheating, but don't know 5 ways to keep a man happy. The sixth reason why most of you women are single, because y'all women are lazy, y'all don't want to work, and y'all want a man to take care of y'all. It's not gonna happen. The seventh reason why most of you women are single is because you don't realize that your beauty and your fitness will get you way further than your degrees and your bank account. The eighth reason why most of you women are single, because you have inflated egos and unrealistic expectations. The ninth reason why most of you women are single, because you feel that it's okay for you to have a preference, but when a man has a preference, he gets demonized. The 10th reason why most of you women are single, because you have masculine energy and you don't know how to submit and you try to be the man that you're looking for. The 11th reason why most of you women are still single, because you'll leave a good man to look for something better just to end up with something worse. Then you'll try to spin the block and think we're supposed to welcome you back with open arms. It's not gonna happen. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking.
The only reason you don't talk to her is because you're scared. But what you should be more scared of is being alone for the rest of your life. What you should be more scared of is not having a family. What you should be more scared of is getting older every single month, every single year, and still not having a family, still not having a girlfriend, still not having a companion, still having zero success in your life when it comes to your own intimacy. What you should be more fearful of is having your head hit the pillow every single night and feeling like a total pansy because you still can't talk to the people that you want to talk to. You still can't approach her. You still can't even just say anything. You can't even introduce yourself. You got to walk through life every single day completely just like mute. That's what you should be more afraid of. What you should be more afraid of is that you go to the gym every single day for the past 5 years or every single week for the past 5 years and it still hasn't helped your self-esteem or confidence at all. What you should be more fearful of is that you've made more money every single year and it still hasn't helped your self-esteem or confidence at all. What you should be more fearful of is that you read every single self-help book and self-improvement course and all this stuff back and forth and nothing helps. What you should be more fearful of is doing the exact same actions every single day and not getting any results. That's what you should be more fearful of. But instead, you keep focusing on the fact that you're fearful to talk to the woman. Go and do the things that you know is actually going to lead to self-growth. Go and do the things that's actually going to help you win in this life, so that way you can accomplish your goals. That's what's most important. If you want to learn, understand, and master the language of women, check out what I made for you. It's in my bio, it's in my description. I have an end-to-end process to help your dating life.
Men don't approach women anymore because of FOBC. They don't want to be viewed as a creep. They don't want to be rejected, especially hot men. The only men that are going up to women and approaching them are ugly.
Guys have figured out the game. And the guys that have options don't need to approach you anymore. That's just the reality. You're so for the attention now that they have figured out that if they've got it together, if they're, pretty good looking, if they've got their finances and if they've got the confident energy, all that stuff, they don't need to go over to you.
When you first heard me say, when I'm in a relationship, I don't pay a bill, did you ever feel like, oh, she's a gold digger? Be honest.
No, I didn't. Really? Okay, so check this out. I feel like when you say that, you just know your worth. You know the type of standards you set. And I've never heard you say, in order to date me or in order for me to take you serious, you have to pay all my bills. I've never heard you say that. I just heard you say, when I'm in a serious relationship, I don't pay bills. So what I hear is the man has taken over the bills for whatever reason, like he wants to, which I feel like, oh man, when you get to that point and you have a woman that's yours and you know she's yours, then you want to provide for her. So it's not like you're demanding that. It's just what comes natural when you're dealing with a woman like you. So it's not a gold digger, that's crazy.
Have you ever experienced a gold digger or someone that's asked you for money after really not even knowing you?
Definitely, all the time, especially in Atlanta. Like 30 minutes into knowing somebody, they'll ask you to pay their bills.
Dang.
2 days after, like, oh, I need rent, oh, I'm in a jam. And I'm like, so that's common. Like, that's why this question always comes up. It always comes up. Like women target guys to get their bills paid. Like that's pretty common.
Go ahead.
I wanted to ask if you think being a provider gives you more power in the relationship or more responsibility per se.
I realized that he wanted to be respected and I wanted to feel loved. Yeah. And when he didn't feel respected, he'd withhold love. Mm-hmm. And when I didn't feel loved, I wouldn't be as respectful. Yeah. Then we would withhold from each other what the other one needed. And so it just paints a picture of being like, if you want harmony in your relationship, you give respect to your man. Yeah. Because it's not based on a feeling, and the love isn't based on a feeling either. Yeah. I have to give my husband respect regardless of how I feel, and he has to give me love regardless of how he feels in the moment, whether we feel it or not.
Okay, so there are a decent number of profiles like this. Okay, 31, female, based in the US, event coordinator, average looking in my opinion, and wearing heavy makeup with false lashes in all of her photos, including the casual ones. Here are some excerpts of her profile. I would like someone who is physically my type, attractive, fit, full head of hair, 5'11" or above, at least an 8 or 9 out of 10. Looks matter to me. He must be educated and have a stable job well into 6 figures. Someone who is emotionally intelligent and a high value man who understands the worth of a woman in a relationship. I won't tolerate anyone who does not know how to treat someone like a lady. I have high standards and I'm not interested in anyone who is trying to lower my standards. Now, this person is rejected because I don't think that the person that she wants will want her back. I mean, I've already seen profiles like this and she doesn't meet their requirements. But what's very interesting to me is this discourse about trying to lower my standards. I've actually seen that sentiment a bunch of times in my comment section, and I don't actually know what that means. I think it's a very weird thing to say. Like, what do you mean other people are trying to lower your standards? Nobody cares what your standards are, and nobody cares even more to try and lower them. This is a free market, so you can have all of the standards that you want. You can ask for a billionaire if you want, but people also have to choose you. Now, as a matchmaker, I can factually tell you that based on what you're looking for, those people who do meet your requirements, whether or not they would want you back or not. So at some point, especially for someone in my position, it's simply about reality. And what I would say to this person is, hold on to your standards, hold on to them tight, and Find yourself someone.
Call men stupid in every possible way that you can. As time went on, I learned the way to make music. You write what speaks to you, and you write the music that you want to listen to yourself. Call men stupid in
This Temu Hillary Clinton looking is so mid. Yeah, congratulations. You're just another blonde freaking bimbo who made an entire music career on hating men. I've always hated Swifties, and I don't even, like, what do they call these fans? I don't even know. I don't want to know. All I know is women are constantly crying and complaining about how men are so sexist and misogynistic, but yet women are allowed to be blatantly anti-men, saying that all men are trash, all men should, and just keep hating on men, and it's totally fine. Oh my gosh, it's gross. I hate it. Like, I literally hate it. This is why we need more female haters in the world. Right? Right? Can someone pay me to roast her on shout out link in bio?
Question, do y'all boys actually ask someone to be your girlfriend anymore? Like, you don't even have to buy anything. I don't think y'all realize how easy it is to make us happy.
Has this chick been in a coma for the past 6 years? Between certain movements riddled with false claims, most men don't want to take the chance to ask a woman out these days lest it be deemed harassment.
I have a hot take on that, and really it's a lukewarm take. I think videos like that, and people who agree in the comments, are the best example of people who ride the bench commentating on people who actually play. Let me first preface this by saying those videos are old, so don't go seeking out those creators, leave them alone. But I think women who say men don't ask women out on dates anymore are wanting to be asked out on dates by men who do not like them. Because men, very much so, still ask women out. They just don't ask their side chicks out, their sneaky links out, the women they're manipulating into thinking they will eventually date even though they have no interest in, out. Similarly, I think men who use feminism as the reason why they don't ask women out anymore are scapegoating. They're the type of men who already didn't ask women out. May it be because they aren't bold enough or because they never had luck with it, i.e. quitting before you get fired or getting fired and saying you didn't want the job anyway. Because again, men very much so still ask women out. Feminism has no change or bearing on that, though it may have changed the way they ask women out. Especially the men that they look up to who sell this alpha bravado, the alpha podcast guys, the men they think would never be in women's DMs. They're asking women out. They're just feeding you nonsense. Anyway, in closing, as we've talked about before, everything you want in a person exists. And people who come to the internet to speak in absolutes about how X type of people don't exist anymore are typically the problem. If you're not getting what you're looking for, and it's a reasonable thing to expect, it's likely because you're expecting it from the wrong person. And for men who say that new age feminism is what's stopping them from asking women out on dates, know that you're not fooling us. Primarily because other men are showing us that that's simply not the case. You're just not that guy.
This type of guy doesn't chase women, and I'll tell you why. Number one, if he's really this type of guy, he probably don't have an issue with women. That's number one. Number two, when a man is secure and he's confident and he's good being by himself, I think a lot of people try to fill up the space because they don't like being alone. This type of guy don't struggle with being alone. So he don't need you. He wants you, but he don't need you. And because he doesn't need you, he ain't gonna chase you. Which, to be honest with you, I think is a strength, because you don't want a man that needs someone who just doesn't like being alone, so they'll take anybody just to fill in the space. That's not the kind of guy you actually want. You want a guy that's okay being alone, because if you're in his space or he wants you around, you know he genuinely wants you around. It's not just to have somebody there or to fill in the blank.
I try to stay away from helping women in this regard because women don't like constructive criticism from a man. But I was having this conversation with my wife the other day, and I figured I'd tell you, so I hope it lands. But I played sports my whole life professionally at the highest level. And so one thing I learned as an athlete playing sports is, and all athletes could tell you this, if the coach is coaching you hard, if the coach is being tough on you, that coach cares. That coach is invested in you as a player. That coach wants to see you win. That coach is invested in your well-being. If that's happening, you're in a good spot as a player. Now, all athletes can tell you that if a coach is not saying anything to you, if that coach is not even criticizing you, that coach does not care about you, gives two shits about you. And so you apply this concept to relationships. If you're in a relationship with a man and you care about that relationship and you want to see that relationship become successful, if that man is criticizing you constructively, if he's giving you feedback, if he's making you aware of your blind spots, if he's saying, hey, watch out for this, watch out for that, don't do that, I think this works for you, that's a good thing. That person's not trying to control you. That person cares about you. That person is invested in your well-being. That person is invested in your personal development. Don't trip. Now, if you have a man sitting by you and he sees you and he's not saying anything to you and he's not trying to criticize you. He's not interested in helping you get better. He's not saying anything to you. You may feel comfortable, but you should be worried because that person don't care. That person does not care about you. He's not invested in you. And that person is checked out, so it's only a matter of time. Now, I'm only here to help. I'm telling you this because a lot of you guys think that when a man is giving you constructive criticism, that person's trying to control you, or that person doesn't know what he's talking about. But I'm telling you, if a man is giving you constructive criticism, and I'm talking about a man that you like and that you're in a relationship with, that's a good thing. Don't trip. All right, you should trip when he's not saying anything to you. Do what you want with the information.
You know what you don't do enough? Give yourself enough credit for all of the work that you put into your relationship. See, you're so distracted, worried about your ex leaving, them possibly being happy with somebody new, how dirty they did you, that you don't think about how you were being a good person to someone who likely didn't even deserve half of the shit you did. Like, think about how many times you were forgiving for a situation you should have freaked the f out about. How many things you let slide on the strength that you could hopefully work through it together. How much effort you put into planning birthdays, holidays, special occasions, just because. The type of loyalty you showed despite having 1,000 opportunities to betray their trust, all because love, right? It makes you choose the individual over the temptation, the love over the argument about the dumb. But now you feel like it has you looking stupid. Nah, that's all a fabrication in your mind, convincing yourself that you weren't good enough, when in fact, you might have been too good to somebody who clearly never valued the compassion and pure-hearted love that you gave them in the first place.
I am a single 30-year-old woman with 3 children driving a minivan, checking out other dads.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom.
Some men can't get past the fact that I have 4 kids, which is bullcrap.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom.
So I don't need a provider. They don't need a father. So what's the hang up? Because
you said I'm a haddish kid. Don't care if he's here or not. But now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom.
I'm 28, a single mom, just divorced, and this dating pool is like not it.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom.
I don't get it. Like, where's the real people that want a relationship? Because I'm not finding any of that.
You said I'm a haddish kid. Don't care if he's here or not. But now you're a single mom.
She says no. No, sorry, I'm not interested. What's the worst case scenario at that point? What happens? What happens? Do you shrink an inch? Do you lose? Like, does your hairline recede an inch? Does money like fall out of your bank account? Like, what happens? Please. So I have minus 1,000 aura. No, that's not a thing. The aura is lost, okay? And if she says yes, how much aura is gained? Please. You'd rather hold your dignity? You ain't holding no lady in your bed because you scared you holding your dignity. Because you ain't getting no play. If you not approaching nobody, just say have a nice day with a smile and walk off. Thank you, Sancho. Yes. Exactly.
Little trick. Men are visual creatures, right? We all know that by now. So this is not for the first date, or it might work, first date, second date. But this is for maybe 4th, 5th date. Say he's bringing you around his friends. Say he's bringing you to an event. Say you guys are in a situation where you are going to be around other people, mingling and stuff like that. Some women get so nervous and they get socially anxious and they won't talk to anybody unless they're introduced to them. I need you to fight through that feeling of insecurity and do what you need to do to be the light of that room. Introduce yourself to strangers. Talk to people. He will be observing you. And men fall in love through observation. They fall in love when they see you talking to the waiter. They fall in love when they see you being so sweet to somebody because, I don't know, you saw some toilet paper on the shoe and you're like, girl, let me get you. Right? They fall in love through observing your behavior without them being in the picture. And this is all psychology. Men fall in love through observation. I love being independent, but babe, it gets to a point, like, I'm tired. I'm tired of being independent now. I am a woman. I don't want to take out no garbage. Like, I'm tired of taking out the garbage. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to move this big stove myself, move this big refrigerator myself, just to sweep behind it. Like, this is why I need a man. I'm tired of groceries. I live on the 3rd floor. Groceries is the toughest time of my life. I'm tired of walking up and down the stairs with all these bags out of breath, huffing and puffing just to bring food into the house. I'm tired of bringing big boxes in the house myself. I am tired of being an independent woman. Like, it just gets to a point where certain things is like, this is what a man is supposed to be doing. Like, I'm tired of why am I pumping my own gas? Why am I pumping my own gas? Like, please, that's something a man should be doing. Why am I doing that? I shouldn't be doing that. Like, it just gets to a point. I be in here being Bob the Builder. Like, where's the man? Where's the man? Please.
This is all behind a bunch of down low, disgusting, despicable men who don't want to just go live in their truth and be the down low, attracted to.
First things first, she is really fighting to get those words out there, which tells me that the gears must not be turning that quickly up here. But moving on, ladies, you have to stop calling men just because they don't like you and they don't treat you correctly. You think that just because a man doesn't treat you correctly, that all of a sudden he must be, because he treats his friends better than me. A lot of the ladies treat your friends better than you treat that man that you're sleeping with. So we could say the same thing for both sides, but either way, this was very homophobic and rude, because not you calling it despicable, disgusting to possibly be attracted to the same sex. Hello? And on top of that, putting in quotations, men, as if the possibility of them being makes them no longer men. I'm going to need some of you ladies to start living in your truth and stop making male-centered content and instead just go date women. Because obviously you can't stand men, and it sounds like they can't stand you too, babe.
Girl, do not get it, baby. I don't give a how much he say he want to be a dad. Let get mad. Then he gonna act like you don't exist and the baby don't exist neither. Y'all a package deal once he get mad at you. Girl, don't have that man, baby. Girl, we all got tricks. Believe it or not, look, college Ripley's. Like, don't have that man, baby. I'm telling you. Because as soon as y'all break up, he gonna break up with the child too. And he gonna stop doing for the child. It don't matter how much I want to be a dad. I want a mini-me. I want a son. It don't matter. I want a little girl. It don't matter. I promise you that nigga's gonna do a complete 180 on you as soon as you get pregnant. If not when you get pregnant, because they still be kind of, like mine, he still was kind of fainting. The true colors started coming out a little bit at the end of the pregnancy. But during most of the pregnancy, he was still, you know what I'm saying, pretty solid. It's once that baby got him. Oh, baby. You would have thought the alien. I don't even know who this is. Who that man? Who that man? I don't even know who this is. This is not the person I was in love with when I made the baby. This is not the same person that can't be. I swear. Hey, if you don't believe me, check the comments.
One of the biggest mistakes women make is make their lives about get a guy, get a house, get married, and have kids. Because once you make your life that narrow, you have to compromise and compromise and compromise until all of a sudden you have no options. You have nowhere to go. You can't move. You can't shift. You can't go to the side. You don't have any independence and any power. Independence is not a bad thing. It's a wonderful thing. A couple of things for you. Number one, it gives you leverage in a relationship, because you're not defined solely by that relationship. It is a big part of you. It is a good part of you, but you can survive without it. And I think people who believe they're with someone who have no other options end up doing whatever they want to do. And it's not because they're bad people, but that's human nature. She can't go nowhere, so I can do what I want. It's not thought logically, but it ends up being that way. He can keep demanding. He can keep demanding. And what happens is, first of all, it's about the cooking isn't good. And then you bought Hunt's ketchup instead of Heinz ketchup. And then it's about the crackers because you don't have any other options. He's in charge, and there is a right and there is a wrong, and there's no breath. There's no opinion. There's no room for opinion.
See, modern women get out here and act a fool. They talk about wanting a man to be generous and a provider man and a man that's chivalrous. But a lot of times they don't. They want a man to continue doing whatever he's doing. Don't change. As a matter of fact, go back to what everybody else was telling you to do as a man. Men used to go to war. And now, I want you to keep on doing that. But I want you to improve. See, the men that used to go to war, what they don't say, because they come in on, this is what modern women do. They come in on the back end of somebody's relationship. And they see grandma moving around and doing certain things. They don't understand that for a long, long time, grandma did exactly what grandpa said to do. That don't mean grandpa was in there hitting on folks, as people like to say. That don't mean grandpa was in there hollering and screaming. Now, grandpa did, put down the belt of discipline on the kids, and grandma did it too. But this is the way daddy said it's gonna go. This is the way the man in the house said it's gonna go. At the end of the day, that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. And we gotta follow that. But where y'all get mixed up is, okay, you stay traditional, but me as the woman, as a modern woman, I'm going to go do whatever I want to do. I'm going to stay out at all times of the day and night. I'm going to drink until I can't stand up straight. And I'm going to be in the line of fire, in the line of danger, and I'm going to need you to come get me. Knowing you got the kids at the house and you got to go to work tomorrow. So then what you got to do in order to come get me, because I'm way across town and my friend for some reason won't bring me home because they probably drunk too and their boyfriend can't get a hold of them. Y'all both acting stupid as I got to pick up the kids, put them in the car. Or here's what some men do. I take them over to mom and daddy's house. I drop them off over there because I don't want them seeing mama like that. What's wrong with mommy? Nothing. Go back to sleep. Can't go back. And now I got to put pressure on my mom and my daddy. They retired. They supposed to be retired or near retirement age. And I got them holding on my babies when we should be at the house sleep. But because you can't get your act together as a modern woman, now I got to go run around chase you. I got to get up, get the kids dressed. Well, at that time of night, parents probably going to understand. So you don't really got to get them dressed. Just make sure they halfway decent. But if I'm going to leave them over there, I got to go get food. So I got to make sure they got food. I got to make sure they got toys to play with and their favorite blankie, their favorite teddy or whatever it might be, and bring them over there. I got to wake up mom and dad at 1 o'clock in the morning. They sleep. They walk into the door all groggy. No, my dad, he might walk up to the door with something on the other side. Trying to make sure ain't nobody acting crazy. That's what I got to go into to come get your silly behind off the side of the road on somebody's front lawn. Throwing up. That's what modern women look at. That's the type of modern woman you're looking at.